toss it over to Greta and Ash on the media row at the top of the convention. Guys, let me ask you about Ivanka Trump's speech. This was quite unexpected, I think. First of all, she talked about being a millennial herself and not identifying as either a Democrat or a Republican. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, he never really defined himself as a Republican. He said he's worked with both sides, so he knows the system well. So it seems like that was kind of a message that Ivanka wanted to touch on as well.
Yeah, I mean, Trump came into this race as a political outsider. He wasn't a Republican, he wasn't a Democrat. He just wanted to unify America around him and around his message, and he felt that the Republican platform was the best way to do that. And Ivanka Trump just hammered that home, that he is the political outsider that the GOP needs in order to move forward and change and evolve into being what America needs from the GOP.
Right, I thought it was a very interesting tactic that they took, because Donald Trump took that hardline message. He was talking to the party, and Ivanka Trump was talking to people who might have been watching, who might not have already supported Donald Trump. Greta, let me ask you, he was talking about women. She was talking about women's issues. She was talking about the gender pay gap. How was that received by the audience? Because that's not traditionally a message, the way she delivered it, that Republicans support.
It was well received here. You know, Donald Trump says that he has a great relationship with women, but I think he looked to Melania and looked to Ivanka to hammer that relationship home, to get that message home to women that he's going to work for, you know, the minority group of women to do something for them that the Republican Party maybe hasn't done in the past. He's looking to change the Republican Party some and move it forward, and Ivanka Trump definitely sent that message home today.
I think that's something that, you know, is going to be a recurring theme, honestly. Donald Trump is not going to stick to the traditional conservative talking points, the traditional conservative message. I think that's also a reason why he brought Mike Pence on board, was to handle things like that. I think he's trying to go a little outside the box, reach people like independents who haven't really voted, you know, in general. He wants to reach out to them and, you know, issues that they really, you know, talk about and believe in.
Trump on the campaign trail has said he has independents voting for him. He has Democrats who are not happy with the Democratic Party voting for him. So he's looking to pull people not just from the Republican Party, but from independents, from Democrats, people who are unhappy with their party. He wants to pull them into his message. So I think him and Ivanka are trying to broaden the stance of who they're reaching on the. We also
heard him try and connect with Bernie Sanders supporters, and that could be a huge reason why as well. You know, he's trying to reach that middle ground right there, the independents who haven't been Republican or Democrat and are now interested in the election process. I think that's why he's not touching on those traditional talking points, Liz.
Right, and we heard him, I think we heard from a lot of the different speakers, not just Trump, not just Ivanka. We heard from a lot of the different speakers doing minority outreach, talking about their individual stories, whether it was immigrants, whether it was female. And I think that's a very interesting thing that they're targeting too. Donald Trump himself was talking about protection for the gay and lesbian community, and the cheers in the convention hall when he said that was ad-libbing off his script when he said it's so nice to hear Republicans cheering for equal protection for all people, regardless of their sexual orientation. That's like something we've never seen before.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that goes directly back to the Orlando shooting, to be honest. You know, that was a direct attack on the LGBT community, and Trump is playing his part in letting them know that he and his campaign and the Republican Party as a whole is looking out for their best interests, and I think that was the message he was trying to send with that.
I mean, following Orlando, he came out and said that Hillary Clinton is the worst thing that could ever happen to the LGBT community, to the gay community, and he's continuing to hamper on those points tonight, and I think he'll continue to do that throughout the general election as he tries to pull those people toward his campaign. Liz?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And the reaction tonight, I think, represents that very well. We saw him talking about, like I said before, we saw him talking about jobs as his central theme. And we've seen throughout the course of our political history that the one message that resonates with Democrats, independents, Republicans alike is creation of jobs and the ability to provide for your family. Kargaran, Greta, thank you so much for being there.